Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 9-Rip, continuing our urban legend common route. We met Koyo and Sena in the last part, and now we are in Sena's perspective, because we literally just ran into him at the very end of the route of the last part. So anyway, after parting ways with Spacey, I went for a walk by myself, and her words came back to me. Very fitting for a shining star like me. A lot of people had kind words to say about my name, but none of them had meant as much to me as hers. It's like she was praising who I am, and also what I do. I wanted to keep her words in my heart. More than that, I felt myself wanting to be worthy of the words she used to describe me. I looked up to the sky. Night had fallen, and the orange sky turned into a dazzling blue. I smiled at the twinkling stars. I'd like to see her again. I talked too much today. I'd like to hear more about her next time. He said like 6 words to me. I mean, like, seriously, we had like a 5-minute conversation. Now we're back to me. As the surrounding area grew dark, I walked up to absent-mindedly in the park, my thoughts turning to my family. It sounded like a dog barking. I didn't know what Sayaka's dog sounded like, but that bark was similar to a small dog like hers. I quickly stood up and looked around. There she is! Oh, look at her cute little dress! Her not-school outfit. Sayaka! No, actually, I should call her dog over here. As I mumbled to myself, the two of them quickly passed by me. Hey, wait a minute! Tono over here! I'd played with her dog many times and had known her since she was a puppy. Please notice me. It's me, Spacey! Just then she stopped. Oh, did she? Tono, this way, girl! Tono wriggled back and forth, seeming to look for me. I wonder if she can't see me. Maybe she can only hear me. Tono, what is it, girl? That's not the way, it's this way. Sayaka tried to pull on Tono. Why do they gotta make the most complicated fucking name for a dog and our Narimigahama, like, fucking high school? What are they gonna make? Seriously? Now you're gonna make me trip over this? Anyway. Tono leash, but the dog refused to move. Hey, what is it? This is our normal route. What's wrong with you? Tono, please make Sayaka notice me. You're my only hope. Please come this way. I had no way of knowing if she understood me, but after I spoke, Tono began to approach me. Hey! Tono began to pull Sayaka toward me. Thank you, Tono. I'd love to pet you, but I'm sorry. With that, Tono came running toward my feet. I wonder if Sayaka would notice. Look, see, there's nothing here. Now I've got something to look into. So let's go home, okay? Oh my god, this is like, now every single time my bird does anything weird and looks in a weird corner, I do that sometimes. He'll be like, oh, like talking. I'm like, what are you talking? You talking to ghosts? You see ghosts? Don't see fucking ghosts. Don't see ghosts. This doggy is seeing ghosts. He's like, that looks like a human. He's a human, but she's walking a doggy that's seeing a ghost. And, you know, I got feathers all over me. Don't see ghosts. That's not no good. It's weird. Well, unless you're talking to your ghosty bird friends, that's okay. I don't want you to be lonely. So if the ghost birds are visiting you, that's nice. That's good. Is tiny bird visiting you? Is your baby bird visit you? Those are the only birds you know. I had lots of other birdies a long, long time ago in my life. So if you play with them, that's okay too. But I know tiny bird and baby bird. We're really good at naming animals. Baby bird was just because she hatched from an egg and I didn't know what her feathers were going to look like. So I was like, ah! And I was going to name her Pancake, but she just became baby bird and it just kind of fucking stuck for 11 fucking years. And we only called Tiny Bird because he was small compared to you. He's small bird, Tiny Bird. His name was Falcon. So. But we called him Tiny Bird. Small bird. Your butt face. Your duck butt. Booger face. Or booger fussy. Booger butt face. Goddamn motherfucking jackass sometimes, depending. Anyway. But, like, this is like now when you're dog, you're like, no, there's nothing there. See, there's nothing in the bush. And you're like, oh, God, now it's like it's a ghost. So. What is it? Why are you being so stubborn? I'm sorry, but what I'm doing is important. We've got to go. All right. What is it? There's nothing there. What? Do you see a ghost or something? After she spoke, Sayaka's expression changed. Is someone there? Sayaka followed Tonodomaru's line of sight and squinted as though she was looking for something. Sayaka, it's me, Spacey. I know you probably can't hear me, huh? I'm sorry the last thing before I ended up like this was to make you sad. I'm really, really sorry. Don't tell me. Is it? Don't tell me. Is it Spacey? Are you there? What I did. I'm so sorry for causing you to get into that accident. What? Huh? What is she saying? I'm so sorry for what I did. I can't believe I did something so stupid. I am so sorry. Sayaka collapsed and Tonodomaru rushed over to lean on her. I was struggling to understand what she said. Wait, first of all, what did I do yesterday? Did something happen with Sayaka? I tried to remember, but my memory only went back until the end of school. Sayaka's words kept repeating in my mind. My accident is all Sayaka's fault. Has nothing to do with Sayaka. Is all Sayaka's fault. No, it's not her fault. Even if she did a little spell thing, it was a coincidence. Because the god was gonna do this to us, anyway, to make us, consider all of our stuff. It was just convenient. So poor Sayaka thinks it's her fault, but I don't think it's her fault. Yeah, it has nothing to do with her. Besides, it's all her fault. Would make you angry, and the insanity is not just going to kill you, but it's going to turn you into a wraith, probably. This had nothing to do with Sayaka, and until I got my memories back, I wasn't going to imagine the worst. Sayaka and I had been friends since kindergarten. She wasn't the type of person to hurt other people. I'm only going to believe what I've seen from her before. But I still need to try and figure out why she said those things. Without a doubt, there was a lot of meaning behind Sayaka's words that I still didn't understand. Follow her home. The only way for me to find out what was really going on was to recover my memories. If I can manage to stay calm, everything will be fine. Yeah, but you don't remember her doing a spell on you because you weren't there. Sure, what she said just now was hurtful, but Sayaka must be in a lot of pain too. It'll be alright. Just stay positive. After following Sayaka back to her house, I peered over to look at my house next door. Nobody was home and everything was dark. I couldn't help but worry. Yeah, nobody's home because they're at the hospital with your, your coma body. It's not concussed. I'm like, there's a no in a coma body. Yeah, I was like, your comed body? Yeah, that's not going to work. I'm so tired. Just then, Koyo's words came back to me. I don't really get what you mean. What's so bad about a ghost being upset? That's how you become a wraith. I wonder if I'll be alright. Overwhelmed with worry, the words just slipped out of my mouth. I should find a place to rest for the night. I wanted to rest in my own room, but I knew that if I saw or heard any more stressful things, I'd become a wraith. Chapter 2 already? Damn. Was it chapter 6 that they started on our routes? Or was it chapter 5? I don't remember. I opened my eyes to see a bed, a medical cabinet, and white curtains. This wasn't my usual bed. It was the nurse's office in Narimikahama High. As I looked for a place to rest, I came across the school nurse's office. Good morning. I'm assuming it's Yui. By the looks of it, it seems as though you didn't get much sleep last night, did you? Yui, good morning. Thanks for showing this place to me. Please, it's not as though I invited you into my home. There's no need to thank me. With that, Yui smiled broadly back at me. We had met here the previous night. She's like, oh, thanks, Yui. And I was like, we must have met her when we found this place, because we certainly can't know her from the last path. I came and sat down here to rest my eyes when I suddenly felt someone's gaze on me. When I opened my eyes and looked around, I saw a pair of eyes staring at me through the curtains that divided the beds. The moment our eyes met, I let out a terrified scream. Those eyes belonged to Yui. The way we met was a little frightening, but she turned out to be very friendly, and I was relieved to have someone to talk to. I mean, I would scream too if all of a sudden you turned and there was just someone peering at you creepily through curtains. More importantly, are you feeling any better? Yeah, a little. Even a little is better than nothing. Too bad ghosts can't sleep to refresh themselves like people, huh? I know, right? As a rule, ghosts couldn't sleep. At most, they could just lay down and close their eyes. Being awake all the time as thoughts race through your mind doesn't really let your heart or mind rest. I quickly learned how difficult it was to lay flat and attempt to free your mind all night. Oh, it appears you dropped something. Following her gaze, I looked down at the floor to see a piece of paper next to me. It's rather strange. Something like that showing up here. What do you mean, strange? I don't recall you coming here often when you were alive. My health is really the only thing I had going for me. I'd only visited the health office a few times before I died. Besides, this place isn't like the classrooms. They always keep this place very clean. The doctor's a bit of a neat freak. I don't think I've ever seen a speck of dirt on the floor here. Oh, now that you mention it, this room is always cleaner than the others. If only I could pick up this piece of paper and pop it in the trash. These bodies can feel so limiting sometimes. Yui squatted down as she spoke, poking the paper with the tip of her finger. Huh? Did you see that? I think it moved. Really? Are you sure it's not just your imagination? Ghosts aren't able to interact with the physical world, right? She ignored what I said and reached down to touch the piece of paper, then she picked it up. What? How? It's got something written on it. Career path survey? This is the time of year where students are filling those out. Makes sense it would be here. But then why was it ripped like that? And on top of that, why was Yui able to pick it up? We found it next to where you were laying, and a ghost like me could pick it up. As she thought about the situation, I couldn't help but get wrapped up in it too. No matter how I thought about it, I couldn't understand why the paper was ripped. As to why Yui was able to interact with it, is it a special paper? Can I try holding it? Ask if you can try holding it, I think. Yeah. Would you mind if I take a look at it? Because then we'll probably get some kind of like fucking memories. Whatever. Yui handed me the ripped sheet of paper, and as soon as I touched it, I saw it. Countless images flashed before my eyes, and I began to feel dizzy, falling hard onto the floor. Hey, are you alright? What is it? What's going on? I'm fine. I just got a little dizzy, that's all. What was that? Do you think it has something to do with that paper? The moment you touched it, you started acting strange. Yeah, I think so. What had I just seen? I didn't even know where to begin investigating, but the moment I touched it, a bunch of images started flashing before my eyes. You didn't see anything, right, Yui? No, all I was able to do was pick it up. So it was only me who saw those images. I looked down at the paper in my hand. Career path survey. I had worried a lot about this paper in life, but the images I saw before didn't ring a bell. Well, maybe it was too early to say that definitively. After all, there were still parts of my memory from the day I died that were missing. Perhaps the images I saw were memories from my last day alive. Maybe this paper has something to do with my death. If you're the one who had the reaction to it, then I believe it belongs to you. Belongs to me? I've heard that some ghosts are able to interact with mementos they left behind. Could this printout really be mine? Hey, if you want to talk to me about it, you can. There might be something I can do to help. Perhaps it was because I was tilting my head inquisitively that she spoke out. Still, I was grateful for her offer to talk. Actually, there's still some things I don't remember. The accident, my memories, and that piece of paper. I told her about all of them. As I spoke, Yui merely listened silently. I totally agree with you. The images you saw in this piece of paper, I think they're all related to the memories you lost from the day you died. Torn paper. A torn piece of the career path survey. Gathering its pieces, the protagonist seeks to regain her lost memories. Ah, okay. I was thinking because, like, in the other one, the flowers grew on and we had to color them in, and I'm like, well, okay, do each one of the pieces represent, like, something we have to solve? Like, how there was the 7 flowers, it was the 7 wonders, and they were on the career path survey, so then, like, there's 6 urban legends or something that we have to, like, find, and only 2 of them are our boyfriends, you know what I mean? But we already know their names, so that wouldn't count. But okay, so it's going to be like we have to find the 6 pieces of paper to gather our memories and everything that happened and whatnot. Kind of literally put the pieces together. Very on the nose. Okay. Yeah, they must be. I should go to the places I saw right away. Thanks for listening, Yui. You really helped me out. Of course. That's what ghost friends are for. Her compassion warmed my heart. I was glad I came here to rest. Had I rested somewhere else, I might never have met Yui. I'm gonna head to one of the places I saw in my vision. Maybe that'll help me restore my final memories. Good luck. I'll be rooting for you. Feel free to rest here whenever. Great, thanks. Anyway, I'll see you later. Take care. As I waved goodbye to her, I felt overwhelmed with relief that I'd found a safe place to stay. I gotta do my best to get my memories back. You honk like a duck. Ooh! Sana! And then that's gonna be... I should go to my class. That's gonna be Koyo, maybe. Or maybe not. But anyway, let's see. I'm sure we go to both. I should go to my class. Okay. So we go to the class first. Which is interesting because last time when we were going through the boys' routes, we went down and we picked the boyfriend first. Oh, he's got the yellow on his shirt. On his chest looks like the quote-unquote bruise, but it's yellow on him and it's on his shirt. So something about his chest. Okay, do you have like lung issues or something? Anyway, but you know what I mean? The last time when we did it, when we wanted to get down Hibiki's route, we saw Hibiki first. And then when the vice versa, you know what I mean? I saw this place in my vision too. I walked to my classroom. I checked the clock and saw that it was lunchtime. I couldn't see Sayaka, and I figured that she must be in the cafeteria. Hey, did you hear about Ashiki standing by the traffic accident site? Was there a ghost sighting of me there today? I wasn't really happy to hear that, especially because I wasn't there. It seemed my accident was still a big topic of conversation, and the room buzzed with rumors. In the midst of all those rumors, I strolled between the rows of desks, looking for something to help jog my memory. But there doesn't seem to be anything here. Plus, hearing all this gossip about me is really starting to get to me. I should leave. Disgusted by the baseless rumors, I resolved to leave the classroom when a strange sound entered my ears. Hey, let's pick up where we left off yesterday. We're playing Silent Blood again, and I think we can make it to the end today. That voice, those mannerisms, where... I searched all around the room for the source of the voice. Then I spied some girls in the corner of the classroom watching something on a smartphone. Oh my god, is it Koyo? I wonder if it's him. Okay, I was thinking it was the... I was thinking it was the ghost voice, like our little... So this is just our voice. Hey, let's pick up where we left off yesterday. We're playing Silent Blood again, and I think we can make it to the end today. Oh, is he a streamer boy? Okay. Seriously, Yozora's voice is so addictive. I wonder if he'll ever stream again. I'm assuming it's a girl, probably. His last stream was like a year ago, right? Maybe that rumor about him dying was true. Okay, it's gonna be Koyo. Okay. So he's been dead for... So him and Sana are definitely new ghosts. Curious, I snuck a peek at the phone from behind the girls. Looks like somebody's streaming a video game. Silent Blood Part 12? I'll say it again, but I always ignore the comments when I'm playing. I can see them, but if I take the time to read them, I always end up dying. I gotta focus on the game. That voice sounds a lot like Koyo. I mean, the game's interesting and all, but when he tells the scary stories, he shows his face? Those are always the best one. He's so handsome, I could stare at him all day. That's gotta have its downsides, though. Yuzura's fans are crazy. They're all women and they're all crazy clingy. Yeah, his viewers are so crazy. I remember there was a time everything almost blew up because of one of his fans. As I listened to the girls talk, I stared at the game that was being played on the phone. Good. I really like this character. I want to help him as much as possible. Which means I'm going into full concentration mode. If I keep screaming, I'll lose my voice. Losing my voice now is a fate worse than death. That really is Koyo. That means he used to be a streamer. Do you guys feel cold? Is the AC blasting or something? Huh? Could it be because of me? I quietly apologized to the girls and decided to take my leave. So that was technically Koyo, so then we go to Sena, yeah. Oh, Sena's at the place where I had my accident, okay. My teacher said the accident that ended my life occurred at the intersection near Tsukumo's shrine. In my vision from before, I had seen the same place. Would you stop honking? Nobody asked your opinions. As I listened to the buzz of the traffic whir by, I took a deep breath. I was standing in the very spot where I died. Truthfully, I'd been afraid to come here. I didn't even want to look. Even in death, it seems, we always look for a way to avoid facing our own demise. But I had to do this. I had to sort things out. And to find out the meaning behind the words Sayaka had said to me last night. I have to know what happened here. I took another deep breath and turned my gaze to face the intersection. There, on the ash-colored asphalt, was a large, eerie, dark red stain. Could that be... Before coming here, I thought I'd prepared myself for this, but seeing it there so vividly... Next to the stain were black tire marks indicating someone trying to stop quickly. I wanted to avert my gaze, if only for a moment. I looked down at my feet and saw... this is... It looks like the paper I picked up in the school nurse's office. I went to pick it up and found that I could. Looking closer, it was indeed part of the same paper. Written in the names section was Ishiki. I had written my name on the paper at school a few days before the accident. I held it next to the paper I found in the office. Then at that moment, a light came from my hand and... Yep, we gotta put the pieces together. It was hard to believe, but when I put them together, the two pieces became one. What is this? Since becoming a ghost, I had heard so many strange stories and had so many odd experiences. But among those paranormal experiences, this seemed to be the strangest. But then again, I had a feeling that sheet was mine. The hypothesis I made in the nurse's office turned out to be correct. So it's about my future, huh? I figured, since I had died, none of this would matter anymore, but here I was, because again, you're in a coma, I bet. These thoughts about my future brought two people to mind, Sayaka and my mom. Of the two of them, the one related to my accident was Sayaka. Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe Sayaka. The first time it was our mom, this time it's Sayaka. You think Tsubasa's going to be the next one? After all, when the two of us talked about my future, she ended up crying. I know she was looking forward to going to Seigen together, and I just changed my plans all of a sudden. That must have really shocked her. So maybe this is all my fault. Because of me, Sayaka totally lost her mind. Hey, are you alright? You see? So, like that, it like looks like pretty flowers, but that's always like what the bruise kind of looks like. That everyone like Hibiki had around his neck. We ended up having on our face, like before we like in the one path. Kureha's is was like a red stain, but it looks like blood. And his is yellow, so that has something to do with it. I turned to face the voice that called out to me and found Sena staring at me with a concerned look on his face. It's you, Sena. Listen, I don't know what you're going through, but please don't do anything rash. Huh? Whatever pain you're in, trust me, it's not worth dying over. Dying? Oh, you looked as though you were going to fling yourself into the middle of the street. What? No! No, I was just thinking some things over. Also, I already did that yesterday. By accident. Oh, thank goodness. You had this terribly serious look on your face. I thought... seemed he was worried about me and had called out to stop me. Also, maybe I'm starting to feel like maybe he does not realize that he is dead. But why did he talk about dying? It's kind of weird. Besides, even if I did jump into the street... Just as I spoke, I spied a pair of men in suits walk past us.
So this is where the accident happened, huh? Yeah, the priest at Tsukuma Shrine was the one who called it in.
Are they talking about my accident? Then I guess that means they're police. Just then the two of them entered the shrine. This might be my chance to learn more about my accident. Wait, where are you going? Sorry, I got something I have to take care of. Excuse me. Hey, hang on a minute. I ignored Seina's voice as he called out to me and rushed into the shrine. Just as the two police had said, it seemed the priest was the one who reported the accident.
Listen, I explained all of this to the officers who came by yesterday. I heard a loud noise and rushed out to see what the commotion was about. By the time I got there, the accident had already occurred. When you arrived at the scene, did you notice anybody else on the sidewalk? Anyone suspicious? For example, anyone who looked like they were trying to flee the scene?
Anyone suspicious?
I was so focused on what had happened, I didn't have time to concentrate on anything else. Besides, if I'd seen anyone suspicious, I would have reported that yesterday. Is that so? Well, if you remember anything else, be sure to call us right away. Well then, thank you for your cooperation. Yes, of course. Have a pleasant day.
With that, the police officers took their leave and the priest continued sweeping the premises. It's almost like they expected him to give them some information about a suspicious person. That means it's possible this wasn't an accident, but rather an attack. Meaning I didn't run into the street, but I was pushed? When I did, I'm so sorry for causing you to get into that accident. I'm so sorry for what I did. I can't believe I did something so stupid. Though Sayaka did not push us, my vision began to fill with darkness. If this wasn't an accident, but an attack, the person who killed me was... I still don't know for sure. I would not... Sayaka's got to be the bad choice, okay? No, it is Sayaka! Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay. Insanity up. Uh-oh. I don't like that. Sayaka? No, wait. She's my friend. She wouldn't... Why am I thinking these scary thoughts? No. No. I've got to stop thinking things like this. I'm sure the other one, I don't know for sure, probably doesn't raise your insanity, but we have to have our insanity kind of at a precarious level so that we can get bad endings easier. That's right. I should head to the next place. As I reached the edge of the shrine... Hey, you really aren't okay, are you? What? I quickly spun around to find Seina standing right behind me. Don't scare me like that! Sorry. I thought I'd make use of the shrine to... I just thought I'd come to pray, too. I was on my way here when I saw you. I wondered what you were doing and saw you mumbling here all by yourself. Note to self, even as a ghost, don't talk to yourself loudly. I was just mulling over some things, same as before. It's not good to brood, you know. Hey, listen, I've got some time today. How about we try and work through your problems together? It seemed like I made him worry again. What should I do? This was the second time he'd asked me about all this, and it didn't seem like he was going to take no for an answer. Still, I have to try and deflect, right? Well, I guess we click concerns. Yeah, concerns. I was right. That was a hard one. Just kidding. Actually, it might be weird to totally deflect. Maybe I could just redirect the conversation. I'm fine, really. But if you're coming here to pray, is there something on your mind, Seina? No, almost never. I just came here to make a wish. Is there something on your mind? No, almost never. Are you calling yourself an airhead? I want to be a world-famous idol. For now, that's my one and only wish. I'm not sure he knows he's dead. He gave me the same line last night, but with one obvious difference. Looks like you still got a ways to go. Guess I've got to work even harder to make a fan out of you. You're still trying to increase your fans? Of course I am. I want to become even more famous and be known all over the world. That's my dream. I thought he meant he wanted to become even more famous as an urban legend. Did he mean as an idol? But he's already dead. Oh, you think I can't do it, don't you? Well, that's... I'll be honest with you. Even I'm not sure I can do it. But I love working to make that dream a reality, so I've got no reason to give up trying. And when I finally do reach my goal, I'll be filled with an irreplaceable sense of joy. And if I keep that dream in my heart, if I keep that feeling of excitement, I'll continue to feel this overwhelming sense of comfort. Sana's eyes dazzled with the shine of someone who is feeling truly alive. If I were ever to have a dream, I'd love to be that passionate about it. As a ghost, this dream would never come true, and yet I felt envious of him. Well, yeah, so it's either he has no clue he's dead, which I'm not sure isn't the case yet, or he's just like, he hasn't come to terms, like, he doesn't want to let go of, like, his life and being an idol. So, like, that's his lingering regret, is he never got to be a world famous idol. And so he's still trying to, like, wish for it and want it, even though he's dead and he knows it's never going to happen. And letting go would be able to be when he'd cross over. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be like, yeah, you know what? I'm actually content with where I got fans and, like, I died. And, oh, well, you know what I mean? Coming to terms and accepting your death and that your dream in life is never going to happen because you're dead now. And just being okay with it. But he's not, so he's stuck here, type of a thing, maybe, you know? But again, I still am not 100% sure that he doesn't know he's not dead. I mean, that he knows he's dead. I'm wondering. They're making you question it. I feel like just looking at you brings me hope for the future, Sana. I feel like I can do anything. You make me feel braver than I really am. Well, if I've been of some help to you, then perhaps your little topic deflection was the right call after all. He noticed that I tried to change the topic. Sorry, but seriously, I'm fine. That's what you want to say, right? Yeah, but maybe I was just forcing myself to say that. I mean, I don't know if I'm feeling terrible, but I guess I'm just nervous. But thanks to your words, I really do feel a lot better, Sana. Thank you. Sana smiled shyly back at me. I'm not Sana the idol right now. I'm just the regular, everyday old me. But I'm glad I could help. Not that I'd seen much of idol Sana in the past, but I think this version's great too. Yeah, come on. I really know how to romance this dead boy. Actually, I think the normal everyday Sana's pretty wonderful too. His little shocked face is so adorable. What a wonderful thing to say. I'm so happy you're making me blush. Hey, if it's all right with you. Just as Sana began to speak.
It's me?
From a short distance away, the priest turned his attention to us. Looks like I should get going. If it gets out that Sana's here, it'll cause trouble for the shrine. Without waiting for my reply, Sana left the shrine in a hurry. Yeah, he can probably sense ghosts being a priest. It has nothing... I don't think Sana knows he's dead. Why would it cause problems for the shrine?
Around here?
Ah! Before I realized it, the priest was standing right next to me.
There's something here.
Can you see me? Seeing as he was a priest, maybe he was also a little psychic. A priest at the Tsukumo Shrine, a light-hearted, kind person. He seems to have spiritual powers, often giving cryptic messages to those who visit. Please listen to me. I'm a ghost and...
Very well, let's give it a try.
As if to introduce himself to me, he straightened his posture and bowed deeply. Then from his mouth escaped a cheerful prayer of praise.
I am in total awe of you.
Once the priest finished his prayer, he nodded to himself with satisfaction.
Maybe it was just my imagination.
Wait a minute. He turned to leave, his feet crunching on the gravel below. All I could do was let my shoulders sag. Did he send Sana? Because that seems more like something you'd say to Sana. He never mentions being dead in his own perspective, so. After leaving the shrine in a hurry, I took a quick peek around. Seemed as though that girl was saying something to the priest, but I couldn't hear her. Oh, it looks like the priest is doing some kind of blessing on her. I I wonder if he's attempting to exorcise some of her worries away.
Yeah, I don't think he knows that we're dead either. Because he seems to be thinking this is normal. I don't know if he knows he's dead.
Then it must be a very serious problem. Perhaps I should have stuck around and listened to her problems instead of running away. But I'd already walked away, and it would have been awkward to walk back after that. I gave up and left the shrine. No matter how far I got from the shrine, I couldn't get the girl's face out of my mind. Was I getting too full of myself? It was strange. I'd gone up and talked to her, and she treated me like a totally normal person. That was very weird. It was almost as though the two of us had met before. That was my first time meeting her, wasn't it? Either way, there's something about her.
Oh, dear God, and he doesn't remember the first time we met him. Oh, and every time we talk to him and say his name, he thinks it's because he's famous. He has no... Oh, my God. Seina's literally... Oh, there's something wrong with this poor boy.
Ah, shoot. I should have asked her for her name. If we'd met before, I'm sure her name would jog my memory. I'll still have to ask her... I'll have to ask her next time I see her. Well, if I see her again. I certainly hoped I would. I hope she'll be there smiling next time I see her. I hope she'll be smiling next time I see her, sorry. I think a smile would suit her, not the gloom on her face I saw before.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Poor Delulu little Seina. He has no idea. Okay, he has no idea he's dead. And he has no... Because he's ripped. He has no idea what happens every day. Oh, my God. He's been living the same day over. He's on Groundhog's Day. Okay, because I was thinking to myself, he feels like he doesn't know that he's dead, hiding from those girls and whatever, and then, oh my God, the priest sees, oh my God, I gotta get out of here, I don't want to cause trouble, and we're, like, we don't realize that he doesn't know he's dead. But the thing about that seems strange is you're like, well, how would you not know you're dead? Because you would be going into coffee shops, you would be doing stuff, you'd be talking to people, and they wouldn't ignore you, and you'd figure at some point you'd put the pieces together, but not if you don't fucking remember anything. Like, he met us, and then the next day, he has no clue that he met us, so it's like, every day he's like, oh, yep, it's November, it's Groundhog's Day for him. So he's, like, forgetting everything. He's blocking out that he's dead. He's probably blocked out how he died, when he died, where he died, like, all of that. And he's blocking out the fact, like, so then every time, like, the day goes on, or he just, everything disappears, and it's like, every experience is new. He could come to the shrine, see us tomorrow, and have the same conversation, and he wouldn't even fucking know. And then that's how he doesn't realize that he's dead. And even if he got an inkling, it would just be gone. Like, I don't know, like the sun sets and he forgets? Who knows? Oh my God, that's so interesting. Okay, that's kind of fun. It's not like Kureha doesn't have memories. He's like, I died and I don't remember what happened to me, why I have this bloody knife, what the fuck, who I killed, a sword, whatever, who I killed, whatever. And then you unlock his memories because his sister blocked them out, right? So he has no memories or anything, but Seina, it seems like, is probably blocking his own because he's in denial that he's dead. And, like, so he forgets everything constantly because, you know, then he would have to accept that he's dead. Oh my God. I'm assuming we go see Koyo. It's time for me to meet Koyo, right? Yep. Hey, he took his mask off. I think it's almost 1 o'clock. I didn't have a watch, so I checked the clock in the station. It was 5 minutes to 1 p.m. Yesterday, Koyo had invited me. No, he forced me to promise I'd meet him here today. I was scared that if I didn't show up, he really would come looking for me. It's sure inconvenient not having a phone to contact him with. Whenever I meet with people, I always send a text like, I'm here, or I'll meet you by the stairs. I could send people updates, no problem. Guess ghosts don't get anything like that. As I mulled over those thoughts, I heard footsteps rush toward me. See, now he doesn't have his mask on, which is nice, because I was like, you're not going to have that on the whole time on all your sprites, right? Ah, you're here. Hello. Hey. Without even a greeting, he grabbed me by the arm and began pulling me. Hang on, what are you doing? No time to explain. It's an emergency. What? With his hand wrapped firmly around my arm, he continued to drag me to our destination. We finally arrived at a place with a pleasant sea breeze and a nice view of the ocean.
but it wasn't the time to enjoy the breeze.
Ah, we finally made it. You sure are slow, do you know that?
I thought ghosts didn't get tired. Guess it's too late to improve my exercise habits now. I am pretty glad I'm a ghost. Had I run like that while I was alive, well, I guess I'd be a ghost.
Ah, there she is. Good, we made it.
Koyo walked over toward a woman who was staring at the ocean, leaning on a fence. I quickly followed after him. She put her hands on the fence and stared with vacant eyes at the sea. There was something surreal about the moment, and it made me feel terribly uneasy. She's going to throw herself in the ocean. Koyo, is that woman...
Last month, that woman lost her son here. It was high tide. He came fishing with his friends and got swept up in the waves.
What a terrible story. I understand, but how do you know all this?
I heard it. From him.
Koyo urged me to turn around. There stood the ghostly shadow of a boy. Without any explanation, I knew the woman was the boy's mother.
He should have crossed over already, but there's something keeping him here.
Something keeping him? Seeing the sad look on his face as the boy stared at his mother, I understood immediately. I turned around to see that the woman had begun to climb the fence. No, she's not going to kill herself, is she? As a ghost, I knew there was no way my words could reach her, but... Wait, don't do this! Even though I knew I couldn't stop her, my hand instinctively reached out for hers. Of course, my hand merely passed effortlessly through hers, and she soon reached the top of the fence. What are we going to do? What can we do? Okay, yeah. So he's Mary. So he's probably gonna, he's got some ability to be able to express whatever the kid's trying to say to his mom.
It's alright, just watch. And this is why I asked you here today.
With that, Koyo took out a phone from his pocket. When he put the phone against his chest, it started to glow, casting an eerie light. Just then I heard the sound of an incoming call. The woman froze. Then she drew out her phone from her pocket. Her face contorted with disbelief as she stared at the screen. What is this?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes? Filled with fear, the woman looked around. Is this just my imagination?
No, this isn't your imagination.
Who is this? Who are you? She didn't put the phone next to her ear, but she could hear Koyo's voice. No, the bigger question is, how can she hear him at all? The living couldn't speak to the dead.
It's dangerous up there. Can you come back down for me? There's someone here who wants to talk to you. I'll put Naoki on.
Naoki? My Naoki? Naoki's there with you?
He's here. Now please come down from the fence.
With that, the woman quickly came down from the fence. Thank goodness. Once Koyo saw the woman had made it to the ground, he stretched his hand to the little boy. You can't see... Oh, his is on his arm. I wonder if that's just... They just put, the little bruised, flowery pattern there if it has something to do with it. You know what I mean? But, how did you chop your arm off? How does your arm, how does that have anything to do with it, It made sense on Hibiki because he hung himself, And Kureha got stabbed in the stomach. And maybe Sena had a lung disease or something. Maybe he got COVID. You know what I mean? It's something it's some kind of problem in his chest or something. Or a heart problem because that was on his left side. You know what I mean? But what is his arm? So, once Koyo saw that the woman had made it to the ground, he stretched his hand to the little boy. The boy hesitated for a moment before taking Koyo's hand. Then, Mama? Naoki! Naoki, is that you? Are you there? Please let me hear your voice just one more time.
I'm sorry I went first, Mama. I was so happy with you.
The woman collapsed to the ground and began to sob.
I don't have much time, but, Mama, I want you to live. That's what I want most.
I understand. I'm sorry, Naoki. And thank you. It's so sad. It's beautiful. Oh, he just disappeared. Then, as Koyo put the smartphone away and released Naoki's hand, the little boy smiled and faded into light, drifting away to the sky.
Thank you.
And just before he vanished, his final words reached us from the breeze.
And this is all I can do. The rest is up to her.
As he spoke, he stared at the woman. She cried and clung to the smartphone with both hands, pulling it toward her chest. No doubt she held with her the same love she'd had. No doubt she held it with the same love she'd hold the one she lost if he were here. I promise, Naoki. I promise. I'll keep going. I promise. It looks like she's going to be okay. So this was the job Koyo was talking about. Connecting the living with the voices of the dead. Where did I hear about that before? When Mary calls, she brings you messages from people that have passed away that were very important to you. Hey, you're Mary! Remembering the event, I shouted the words and Koyo flashed me a pouty smile.
He looks a little deranged. Like, oh my, or is this like deranged, like I'm gonna stab you, or like I'm drunk, or also like there looks like a little twitch in his eye, like kind of my eyes twitching that everyone calls me Mary. So you know about it already. What a shame.
Like the famous urban legend in this town, right? Koyo, the true form of the urban legend Mary. He's kind, but has a tendency to be quite pushy. He's often hard to read. Well, truth be told, I only just heard about it myself.
Well, in that case, I guess I don't need to explain it to you.
Koyo began to walk away as I bombarded him with questions. When I asked him how he got his powers, he merely replied, I just got them. When I asked how it worked, he replied, I don't know. We bantered back and forth like that all the way back to the station. You can help me talk to Sayaka then. You know what I mean? So, why is it that you have a smartphone? I thought ghosts couldn't hold physical things. Although, I wonder then if, like... Okay, because I thought in some of the other ones, maybe our endings would be we get reincarnated and then we find each other in the next life together. But we never really died, technically, in that. Well, we did in Kureha's one. But the rest of them, we kind of came back to life. We had just been spirited away. If we are actually in a coma... we could potentially come back to life, or if we're actually fucking dead, we don't know yet. Okay, then we could potentially have one of our endings where we both cross over and then come back and have like a reincarnated ending, which isn't bad, but it's still not the best possible ending. You know what I mean? But, so why is it you have a smartphone? I thought ghosts couldn't hold physical things. Don't buy my headset. Perhaps because of my persistent questions, Koyo gave me an annoyed glance. There was a part of me that wanted to know, and a part of me that wanted to get back at him for annoying me so much yesterday.
You sure are persistent. I hate persistent people.
Please, you're gonna talk. You're the same Koyo that dragged me out here yesterday, right?
Shh.
Did he just click his tongue at me?
Fine.
Koyo grumbled to himself and pulled out the smartphone from his pocket.
I don't really get how it works either, but after I died, I found this in my pocket. It's got no service, just for show, really. But it's filled with pictures and movies that are important to me. I can't look at them anymore, but it still feels good to carry it around, you know?
I remember that Yui said we could hold on to things that had meaning for us in life. I guess it's like how I can hold on to the career survey printout. But I wonder if that mysterious power is unique to Koyo. When I touched the printout, a range of strange images flashed in front of my eyes, but only the first time I did so. Perhaps holding something with meaning to you brings out a power as well. And were you able to use your powers from the start?
No, there was someone I wanted to help. Ever since then, I could use it. My friend died too, and just like that mom back there, his family also wanted to chase after him. I desperately wanted my voice to reach him, and at that very moment, the phone in my pocket lit up. Had I not had it, I'm pretty sure his family would be dead too. Seriously, it saved them.
So it seemed that the items we carried had a very special significance. Was it Sena? Because you guys clearly know each other. Well, okay. You're somehow tied to each other. You know what I mean? Because, like, I just have to believe that considering the fact that you are... Did I? No, I think I read that somewhere. Wait a minute. Yeah, they are friends, or they were friends in life. I think. I know Koyo is Kureha's friend, but I thought... Now, yeah. Yeah, actually, okay, wait a minute. I think I did know that. All right. So yeah, I think the friend he's talking about is Sena, but I don't remember anything about Sena not knowing he's dead. But I think I remember something about them being friends, having been friends in their lifetime. And obviously, like, he's recently deceased, and Sena obviously is too, so it would make sense. So, okay. But, like, how you both ended up dead? Huh. At least that's how it was for Koyo and me. But his powers seem like something else entirely. Maybe it's something born from Koyo's good intentions. That smartphone's pretty impressive, but the way you use it's even more so. Koyo turned his gaze to the sky. I think you're giving me too much credit. He stared at the setting sun as the words fell from his mouth, his eyes reflecting the glow of the setting sun. Koyo is very kind, a good person. I think he's both. Those are both good answers. You're very kind. You're a good person. I don't know which one's better. They're both very good, so I'm not sure. Very kind. Okay. Maybe that's more personal. Koyo's a very kind person. Acting as Mary Mary, he must have helped so many people. What? Why are you staring at me like that? Please, I wasn't staring. I was just thinking about you. Oh yeah? And what were you thinking? That you're kind. You just don't use that phone for yourself or other people you care about. You use it for others, too. His face flushed red, and he pretended to pout as he spoke. There's his blush. I'm like, I didn't realize, where's his blush? There it is. There's his little pink cheeks. I just got a lot of free time, I guess. Speaking of which, have you made any progress on your lingering regrets? About that. I think I found something important, but I still don't know what it means. I don't really feel like that answered his question. But I also didn't feel like I had an answer. I still hadn't sorted all these things out for myself yet. Well, in that case, make sure you hold on to it. The thing that's got meaning for you. Even if you don't think it has value now, it will in the future. For sure. Yeah, I think you're right. The career path survey pieces. I gently tapped the pocket they were in. This is something that has meaning for me. Something very important. Right. If there's somebody you got something important to say to, just let me know. We can try and set up a call like I did earlier. The idea sounded very appealing to me. I knew that if I could talk to Sayaka and my family, it would make me feel so much better. But I still didn't feel like I was ready to talk to them yet, so I hesitated. I have a feeling we're not going to be able to talk to them because we're not actually dead. So, but we don't decide to go talk to them. Also because if we go to talk to Sayaka right now, she would tell us, I did a spell, blah, blah, blah. And we'd be like, nah, girl, it wasn't you. Like, whatever. And then, like, it'd be over. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's going to be later. And I'm wondering if even though we're a ghost right now, if we're actually in a coma somewhere, we still have a tether to our body. We still have a possibility of getting back into our body that, like, you know, maybe, you know, talking. She'd be like, you're in a coma. What are you talking about? Or we're not going to be able to talk to them. But I don't think that they want that reveal coming out just yet. So maybe after I sort things out. Because, see, she's not like, yeah, let's go talk to him now. She's like, let me figure some shit out first. So I feel like that's the game kind of putting you off because you're either not going to be able to talk to them because you're not really dead, and then that's going to be the big reveal. Or you're going to talk to them and they're going to be like, wait, but you're in a coma. What do you mean you're dead? You know what I mean? And then you're going to find out when you try to make contact with them some way or another that your body's in a coma. And that's what, but you're still lingering around here type of a thing. So, you know what I mean? Because this is something that god set up, just like being isekai'd into a fucking other realm and, well, being spirited away, whatever. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, so he had a hand in this. So, yeah, I feel like you're not really dead, but I felt as though I wouldn't be able to tell them what I wanted to tell them until I knew the truth about what happened. And also, if you were full-on dead, like, oh, I'm totally dead, absolutely no chance of going back, then why would it have seemed like such a bad thing in the School Ghost Stories route that you die and you stay in the other realm? You know what I mean? And they only did that in one Kureha ending, right? So I feel like you're going to end up going back at some point, which again, I don't love. Like, oh, I go back, but my boyfriend's dead. I don't like that. Like, And these are set up where like, oh, okay, so say I'm dead. I can stay here with my ghost boyfriend and help Koyo connect people to their family. And like, we've got a mission now in our afterlife. Don't know what our mission in our afterlife would be with Sena, but like, whatever, just be happy he's pretty. Okay. And then another ending, which wouldn't be my favorite of them, but another valid kind of, you could see it as good, but bittersweet, is we both pass on and then we're reborn and then we find each other in our next life. And that's beautiful too, in a bittersweet kind of way. You know what I mean? It's a sad sweetness, you know? So, you know, as opposed to like, I get to come back to life, but my boyfriend's dead. I don't love that. Although Koyo could actually call you on your cell phone, so. But again, I don't particularly like that. At least in Hibiki's, you could jump in the mirror and you can like hang out and hold hands and stuff. You couldn't touch Kuraiha ever. And I don't know, that doesn't seem like a great ending. That's kind of... But I mean, I feel like that's the way they're going to go. They're going to give us all bittersweet kind of endings where you're like, they're nice, but like also they hurt a little. You know? Like, anyway. Noticing his eyes on me, I felt my pulse quicken. I think I'm okay for now. Is that so? Koyo turned his gaze away from me and fell silent. Did I offend him by refusing? What should I do? Should I say something? But I knew I wouldn't change my mind at this moment. Maybe I can just try to change the topic. Oh, I know! Streaming. I'm going to assume yeah, okay. Easy affection point there. We didn't have a choice. It was then I remembered the video I saw at school that day. That was an awkward way, Rita. This is a total change of topic, but did you used to be a streamer, Koyo? Like with horror video games?
Huh? You knew about that?
That reaction told me everything I needed to know. That was him. I saw some girls at school today watching a video on their phones. That's how I found out. So I only just figured it out today.
Oh, I see. Yeah, when I was alive, I had a horror themed channel.
You're pretty good. I'm terrible at games like that, so I was really impressed. I couldn't help but stare at the screen as you killed zombie after zombie. And how should I put it? The way you commented through the whole thing, it was so cool. I turned over to look at Koyo and saw he'd pulled his mask up in front of his face. Oh, is he embarrassed? Look at your little eyes. It's so cute. By the way, what's with the mask?
It's just kind of weird to hear you talk about my videos.
Is he embarrassed? He's totally embarrassed. It's adorable. Thinking that, I couldn't help but think he looked a little cute. You're kind of cute when you get flustered, Koyo. I spoke honestly, and he stopped to stare at me.
You're staring at me with, like, bedroom eyes.
Then he spoke.
Ew.
I was just trying to be nice. I like the ew. The drama piano, too.
That was great.
But I feel like she's like, oh, he's saying ew because he doesn't want me complimenting him. It's like he doesn't want to be called cute. I'd better head home now.
I wasn't trying to get you to go home.
But you said ew. How am I supposed to take that?
You called me cute. How am I supposed to take that?
Ah, so that's why he was staring at me. Well, then I guess it's mutual. Koyo nodded and pulled his mask down. From now on, when I see him wearing his mask, I'll watch what I say.
But you know, games weren't the main thing I streamed. I'd ask for some scary stories from the viewers and share my own experiences. I'd head to famous ghost spots and film there too.
That sounds pretty scary. Weren't you scared?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I was the one who decided to do it in the first place.
Sounds like a very Koyo rule. But I feel like there's definitely a deeper meaning there.
Well, there was one really scary place that I got out of real quick.
A really scary place?
It was something I couldn't put online. I was worried just watching it would curse people.
My mind went wild thinking of what it could possibly be. I feel like this is a side of Koyo I've never seen before.
I'll tell you about it next time. It'll turn your pale face blue.
I think I'll pass. I'm the type of person that'll believe anything now. As a new ghost, my ability to believe the truth in scary stories was on another level.
Oh, you're a ghost and you still think you'd get scared?
Well, yeah, obviously, right? Scary stuff is scary.
You're pretty cute when you're flustered, Spacey.
When I realized he was mocking what I'd said earlier, I huffed. I can't believe he's rehashing something that was already over. I guess he really didn't like that I called him cute. Anyway, guess it's time for me to head back.
Oh, wait. And tomorrow in front of the station. 1 p.m.
Huh? We have to do this again tomorrow, too? I thought the work that Koyo was doing was wonderful, but I had my own issues to sort through.
You don't have to come if you don't want to. I'll just come and find you in that case. Why are you so pushy? Call it pushy if you want. I just don't want you left alone right now.
Huh? What did he mean by that?
Anyway, see you tomorrow.
Yeah. He's gone. What did he mean he didn't want me to be alone? Because we're in a very weird place and he doesn't want us to get angry or sad or upset. We're in a very tumultuous place, so he's looking out for us. That's nice. I could have chased him down to ask him, but I had someplace else I needed to be. I'm going to head to the park again today. Maybe I can catch Sayaka and try to get her to notice me like yesterday. Maybe I can hear something from her. Not just another apology, but the truth. Or maybe we're going to run into Sana and he's going to be like, "Oh, hey, pretty girl, who are you?" And you're going to be like, "Excuse me?" I really want to read Koyo's perspective. I know we are at time, but look, whatever. After parting ways with Spacey, I wandered around the city aimlessly. My thoughts drifted back to Spacey and her lingering regrets. Another swing and a miss. I didn't tell her about my married job to try and impress her or anything. I just wanted to show her that she could contact the people she cares about. And yet... why did she look so gloomy? A lot of ghosts are able to cross over when they can communicate with family. I guess in her case that won't be enough to solve the problem. Well, I just gotta keep trying. Still, if she keeps up with that doom and gloom on her face, she's liable to become a wraith long before she crosses over. At the same time, I can't push her to open up about her regrets either, and that has its own dangers. I just have to keep watching over her until she was ready to open up to me. It's the only way I can take responsibility for watching her die. Oh, he was the one. Oh, that's so sad. Okay. Oh. So the voice, I'm sorry I couldn't help you. That voice we heard was his. Okay, and if we had the voice acting, we would have known that. I was like, who's saying that to us? Like, I don't know, so it was him. Oh. He's like, I feel bad. I watched you die. And you're like, well, I mean, well, you watched us get smacked into a coma. We don't know that we're dead. I'm not 100%. You know? It's not 100% that we're dead, and it's not 100% that Sana knows he's dead. There's a lot going on here. So, anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.